There was a poor man in a village, and he was often very hungry. Most days he contented himself just to walk by the bakery and stand outside in the morning and breathe in the goodness of the smell of the rolls and the breads that the baker was making for the day. And the baker saw him standing out there, and it annoyed him that he never came in to buy anything, and more importantly, the baker was sure that that poor man's poverty intimidated his customers. So one morning he ran out and he said to the man, "Enough! If you want to smell my breads, you owe me 5 coins. And the poor man said, "I haven't got 5 coins. And the baker says, "Don't smell my breads." And he went back inside. Well, a couple of days later, that poor man was walking down the road, and outside the baker's shop, he smelled it. And he stopped and he breathed it all in, and the baker pounced. He said, "I told you, 5 coins for the smell of my breads." And the poor man says, "I was only smelling." "I said 5 coins, he said. And he signaled to the policeman to come. And he said, "Arrest this man, he's stealing from me." And the policeman just took him and bound his hands, and they walked down the street to the judge. And the judge had the 2 of them before him, and he said to the baker, "What is this about?" And the baker says, "Every day he smells my breads, and I told him 5 coins for the smell of my breads, and he hasn't paid me." And he turned to the poor man, and the judge said, "Is this true?" And he said, "Well, yes, it is, Your Honor." And the judge says, "Well, then you need to bring the 5 coins. And the poor man said, "I haven't got 5 coins. And the judge says, "You have 2 days to come up with 5 coins. So he sent everyone away. Well, the man told his friends about it, and they gathered together amongst them 5 coins, and they put it in a little sack. And 2 days later, the baker and the poor man were back before the judge. And the judge said to the poor man, "Do you have the 5 coins?" And the poor man said, "Yes, Your Honor, I do." And the judge says, "Bring them over here." And he took the little sack of coins. And he turned back to the baker and he says, "Now, if I understand, the 5 coins are for the smell of the breads. Is that correct?" And the baker says, "Yes, it is." And the judge says, "Come here, come here." And the baker walked close and reached out his hand. The judge says, "No, no, no, hold on. Do you hear the sound of those coins?" And the baker said, "Yes, I do, Your Honor." He says, "I want you to listen again. Do you hear the sound of those coins?" And the baker says, "Yes, sir." And the judge says, "Well, then the way I see it, everything is even. The sound of coins for the smell of bread." And he gave the coins back to the poor man and said, "Begone with both of you." And that is my story.